Okay, so I did not record the conversation I had at City Hall with the cop. This recollection will be biased. City Hall has a stronger stance against recording inside their building now, even more since I got here. I see more signs. There's 2 signs in the corridor at the police station inside City Hall, and then there's one metal one outside the building, which announces to people not to record at all, and gives you the impression not even during city council meetings. I never seen them before, so it seems like it's a response to maybe me or other people. City workers also seem to be avoiding me more, hiding behind that police desk, the lady who works there. I talk with her in between to the others now, it seems, and I'm not getting satisfactory answers, okay, to my concerns, to my city government concerns, to have to pass them between the cops and the police organization. The city manager, Chuck, appears to be particularly evasive with me now, telling the police secretary that earlier today he was in a meeting with the finance director. Came back later, and then he's plainly just can't see me today. And then the police secretary said that he's getting ready for the city council meeting. Okay, and I was told just to attend the city council meeting. But I have concerns about this city council meeting, all right, because I don't feel that it's going to fully satisfy my 14th Amendment right to due process. If I show up at this city council meeting asking for permission to be let back into the community center, this question is going to come as a surprise to the council members. Okay? They're not really going to know what I'm talking about. So can that really satisfy my 14th Amendment right to have due process? No, because all parties need to be aware of the dispute, okay? Both sides of the parties need to be present and be able to effectively talk in between. Like, I guess if it's a council, it's like a council of mediators, and that's not going to get satisfied at the city council meeting, but it may put into motion a later date for a council meeting. We'll have to see. If it's a date after the 8th, which is my court dates, I don't want to stick around. Okay? So, I'll be bringing my issue to the city council for the first time, and that's just going to be great. It'll be a lot of fun trying to explain. So, yeah, I'll be seeking advice, and I would expect them to know answers. Chuck is not answering my questions anymore, so I guess the politicians, the city council, might have some clarity on how to respect to the 14th Amendment. Cities form their own organizations with respect to the Constitution. So how do they respond to the 14th Amendment right? Okay, so not much is going to be getting done today. I spent over 30 minutes with this cop, okay, Policeman Gray, and it didn't feel productive, okay? We talked about my trespass order and how I say that he stopped an immediate threat, because he said we came down to what a reasonable time for me to leave was 5 minutes. Okay, he asked me how long I thought, and I was like, an hour, 2 hours? He's like, 5 minutes. So he's stopping a perceived threat, but then this trespass order continues on, okay, for the rest of my life? Okay, a trespass order like this because the librarians are uncomfortable? That's crazy. So I need answers to that, and he's sticking with this abuse of power. All right, And he used the words formally advised. Make note of that term, formally advised, okay? That's less than getting a ticket. That's less than getting arrested. But it's significant in their dispatch center, because when you're formally advised of something, your name is written down and what you're formally advised of is under there. So I did a public records request. They're out of Coos Bay, but apparently you can get the information here at the local Coquille police station too. You do a public records request and ask, what, do you have a dossier or a memo for my name? What does the dispatch center have on me that, if another cop came by and identified me and he would get the information, it wouldn't be on the wants and warrants. I wouldn't be on the wants and warrants system. I'm on their formally advised system, okay, which is probably, I think, more of a local. It's going to be a local because of being trespassed from the community center. That wouldn't hold for any other city. It's a location issue. So that's just great. All right, having a formal advisory. All right, and them keeping records on me like that. Okay, and then when I made that public records request, Gray told me that it would cost me money, and I told him I won't pay him a dime. All right, and that's when he threatened to rip up my public records requests. Okay, I made 2 public records requests. One was for my name, and then the other is the arrest record for Trevor Sandy. What's his arrest record, conviction, tickets for the last year? Is that available? I asked, is there a crime map? I could just look at the crime map in general. All right, but maybe the town is too small for that. And yeah, he threatened. What city worker would threaten to rip up your public requests? Okay, they have cops working behind the city hall desk, answering your questions, evading your questions, threatening to rip up your paperwork. Okay, is this really how a city hall is run? And I say it's not, because it's very unusual. I've never seen so many government offices hiding behind the police desk. Okay, and he acts like it's normal. Okay, you need to look at other cities. The cop, he used a lot of evasive answers. He asked silly questions that I felt were too personal, like where did I go to school, or what's my background. I'm not obligated to answer those questions. We went back and forth for a long time. I really didn't have any cop questions, but we talked about cop stuff, because that's what he's trained for at the city hall, answering, trying to get government answers and getting cop answers instead. So what is he doing at this? What are these cops doing answering city questions? All right. So he mentioned YouTube. He knows about my channel, and he mentioned a guy called Fuck Everybody who comments, and that guy's been trolling me pretty badly about the recent trespass disorder. Okay, and I'm starting to suspect Gray is that troll. Okay, I think Gray is probably the guy, because why would he mention a commenter specifically? Gray said that I put his email in my description, but that's the government email, so what? All right, but he was just pointing that out. There's nothing that can come of it, really. Besides, these government workers don't answer their emails, hardly ever answer their emails anyway. It's just like, it feels like it's really taking a shot in the dark. Some other things discussed. He believes he's doing real work. Okay, and I am not. I told him that he's sucking off the government tit. I didn't say tit, I said he's sucking off the government. Because they get to drive the public cars, get paid, have all those resources special to their profession. So he's really benefiting a lot. He asked me what I use off of the government. I send parks when I'm not trespassed from them. Okay, But he wants to continue to believe that his privileges of government use are more noble than mine. I disagree. Okay? I felt Gray was belittling me about how I don't make any money. All right? I think that he's got an attitude where he shows contempt towards the poor, and I think that can possibly reflect badly upon his performance in dealing with the poor. Okay? When you make, there's different perspectives on the wage classes. Okay, buying a bag of potatoes is a bigger purchase for a poor person than it is a rich person. Just like even gas money, it's tighter for poor people. I can't just drive out of the city back and forth every day, at my leisure. Plus car repair, I'm always concerned about the car repair. This car isn't in the best of shape. But this well-paid rookie doesn't see that struggle. He doesn't see the difference, okay? But this is a griftopian society, and people who make more money take from other people. It's just, it's really, all the resources have been used, and we're just in a system of trading now. So it really is, it's really more about grifting and pulling money away from other people, more than just everybody being able to collectively get richer as a whole world group. Okay, no, that's not how it works. Resources are now finite. We're in a trading society. So I'm going to end it at this.